We are back with WHHI News and our theater and film correspondent, Diane Fisher-Simmons. Great to see you.
You too, Allie. Thanks for having me.
Boy, you have a lot to talk about right now. I know theater at this time of year in our area is big. What have you seen and what should we go see?
Yes, so the first I want to start with is at the Art Center, we have A Christmas Story, the musical. And everybody knows the beloved film, the 1983 film that was actually based on the radio show with Gene Shepard. And it hits every mark of the nostalgia that the movie has, you know, from the double dog dare to the pink bunny pajamas. It's a lot of fun. They've done a great job. The costumes are great. It's a period piece, and the set is really nice and very functional, the way they've utilized it. In the hands of this director, it's a lot of fun. It's a bit of a spectacle. They have a lot of numbers that just kind of come out of the blue, you know what I mean? But it is a lot of fun, and it's very well done. Good vocals, everybody's great singers.
I happened to get asked to usher for that as a volunteer, so I got to see it. I probably would have gone anyway because I loved the original movie, but I thought the music that whoever wrote the music for it did a great job. I thought very talented people up there on stage.
Yeah. It was pulled together nicely. Even the choreography was well, but in the hands of this Mark Martino was the director. He did a great job, and it's actually garnered 3 Tony Awards on Broadway too.
Really?
So yeah, so it's done quite well.
Oh, that's great. I did not know about that. And how much longer is that going to be running?
That goes through the end of the month. And one of the highlights of that I have to mention is Richard B. Watson. He plays Gene Shepard, the narrator. And whether he's just sitting with a microphone on stage and a stool, he literally jumps out of that chair with so much energy. His inflection, his gestures, he does a fantastic job.
Yeah, he was excellent. I thought so as well. And I mean, I used to listen to Gene Shepard when I was little. I loved his storytelling, and him portraying Gene Shepard, as you say, really fun to watch.
Really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. But artshhi.com for tickets on that.
Okay, super. What else do you have for us?
Another review, but on the movie side of things, The Fabelmans, Steven Spielberg. So Tony Kushner and Steven Spielberg wrote it. Steven directed it, they produced it, and it is a very well-made movie. Nothing less than what we would expect from Spielberg. And it's a semi-autobiographical piece, part memoir and part just a love letter to the love of filmmaking, really is what it is. As the name implies, some fable in there, but interwoven with bits and pieces of his real life story.
Right. That's got to be fascinating to learn a little bit about what it was like growing up for him and how he ended up doing what he does. I have to tell you, a friend of mine told me she saw it. At first she's like, this is Spielberg? Like, I think, not that she was expecting an E.T. or something else that he's done that maybe on a more serious vein, but then she said she realized after the fact that it was kind of semi-autobiographical, and ended up thinking about it quite a bit after it was all done. Did it stay with you at all?
It did, and I would love to see it again, actually.
Really?
Yeah, there are little kisses to some of his old films in there.
Oh, really?
Interwoven, even E.T., a little moment. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Oscar nods and wins with this one.
Okay, good.
It's beautiful. It's a beautifully made film, and it's just an interesting story. It's got all the dramatic conflict and everything that ensues as well.
And definitely want to see in the theaters and not wait till it comes out.
Yeah, it's starting to stream, though. It's already going to start to stream this weekend. So if you're home, that's one of the things we'll try to touch on is the things you can catch while you're at home for the holidays.
Well, that might be a good one to pick out rather.
Yeah.
What else do you have for us?
Back to the theater side of things in Savannah, at this historic Savannah Theatre. They have a great little show going on right now. It's just called A Christmas Tradition they do every year. It looks like it's a lot of fun too, and it's going through Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And then they have a New Year's show as well, and it's Elf. They're doing Elf for that, and then that is being followed by like a New Year's Eve Christmas or a New Year's Eve toast and party after the show. So that might be fun. That goes from the 28th through the 31st.
And guess what? We're almost out of time, but you definitely have time to do this. What about if I'm going to be at home and streaming some things? What would you recommend for the holidays?
There is one out there that I don't know if everybody's seen yet, and we have the one and only Kurt Russell playing Santa Claus in the Christmas Chronicles. This movie is so much fun. It captures all the magic of the holidays, all the magic of being a kid and wondering about Santa Claus. It's unique, and they go on an adventure with Santa in his sleigh ride accidentally from Lowell, Massachusetts to Chicago all the way to the North Pole. But it's a lot of fun.
Again, it's called Christmas Chronicles.
Christmas Chronicles.
Right. Diane Fisher-Simmons, as always, it's great to have you here, and thanks for your recommendations.
You're welcome. Have fun.
And we will be back in a moment with more ideas for what you can do this weekend with Weekend Warm Up and Jessa Jeremiah. Stay right there.